Chapter 16, Getting There.
I'm here to be that armor, not to save you, but to stand with you, to carry what you don't have to carry alone anymore.
Okay then, be that armor. I'm not stopping you.
Sky, hold on, listen.
Skylar looked at him, her patience wearing thin, confusion tightening her features. Irvin... What, exactly, is stopping you? He looked at her, eyes filled with desperation.
I finally get it. I became the kind of guy who made you feel unseen. And even though you still want me in your life, I know deep down, you still see me as the one who let you down. I'm sorry. I didn't listen to you when I should have, and that's why things turned out this way. It's my fault. All of it. Sky, I found out the truth. And what made me so angry is that it took me this long, this far, to finally see it, to finally believe you. And I'm talking about Janet.
Skylar's eyes flickered, just slightly, but enough to catch. At the mention of Janet's name, his eyes burned with guilt as they locked onto hers.
I wasn't a good boyfriend. I ignored the signs, ignored you. You tried to warn me about her, and I pushed you aside. I neglected you, and that's on me. That's why I didn't just come back to be a shadow in your life. I didn't want to be someone you look at and think, he only believes when the evidence is right in front of him. I know that's how you see me now. Someone who failed you when it mattered most.
His gaze dropped briefly before meeting hers again.
So I didn't rush in. Because I needed you to know I'm not just trying to be there. I want to change that image, Sky. I want you to see someone who listens, who fights for you without needing proof first. Do you understand?
Skylar stood frozen, his words sinking in like slow rain after a drought. Her brows furrowed, voice tight with suspicion. Did Janet say anything to you? He shook his head.
What she said doesn't matter.
He drew in a deep breath, steadying himself.
I followed you back from Jeju Island that same day. I was outside your villa waiting, hoping to see you. But instead, I saw Ethan.
He paused, eyes flickering with guilt.
I went inside your villa. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. Your old phone was there, and I looked through it. I'm sorry, Sky. I know it was trespassing, and I had no right, but I couldn't stop myself. I saw the text messages between you and Janet.
Skylar didn't speak at first. Her gaze lowered, fingers tightening slightly in her lap. You saw the messages, she whispered, not in anger, but in relief. He nodded. Irvin, Skylar said gently, I should have shown you those messages. I should have fought harder to make you see. He shook his head, his voice low and strained.
No, don't say that. Don't try to make this easier for me. Please, that's the last thing I deserve.
He met her eyes, pain etched in every word.
I'm sorry, Sky. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you, and that's not how it's going to be anymore. From now on, I'm going to do everything I can to earn your trust back. No more excuses, just actions.
Skylar's guard falters for the briefest second. She looked down at her plate, then slowly back at him. The flickering candle between them reflected in her eyes, which now shimmered with something fragile, something ready to give in. She gave a small nod and offered him a faint smile.
Wait, there's more,
he added. Her smile vanished in an instant. He leaned in closer, his gaze wavering.
In the past 4 years, Skylar, no human being could go through what you did and just sweep it under the rug. So, can you please...
Skylar's eyes flickered, caught between confusion and hesitation. Now what are you talking about? Irvin nodded, his expression serious.
Ethan told me everything. The past 4 years, you've been in and out of hospitals, barely breathing between the chaos. And still, without hesitation, you showed up for Ethan's family. No questions asked, no spotlight. Just you, quietly carrying everyone else's weight while hiding your own. Even I, especially I, couldn't have done that.
Skylar looked away, her jaw tightening, clearly bitter that Ethan had spilled on her. Irvin's voice was gentle but firm.
Don't blame Ethan. I asked him to tell me, because you wouldn't.
His eyes never left her, unwavering and sincere. Skylar let out a heavy sigh, her shoulders sinking. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Sky, you've been through so much. Tell me what's on your mind.
Skylar bit her lip, fighting the storm rising in her chest. What do you want from me, Irvin? Do you want me to fall apart? To cry and spill every ounce of pain I felt when you weren't there? Is that it? You want me to be the broken girl so you can sweep in and play the hero? Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm way past that chapter.
No, that's not...
His eyes well up, but he doesn't look away.
I don't want you to be broken. Never. You've been through hell, and you've come out the other side stronger than anyone I've ever known. But, God, Sky, I feel so guilty. And I'm terrified that if you keep bottling everything inside, it'll destroy you someday. Slowly, quietly.
She scoffed softly, but it wasn't out of mockery. It was the only way she could stop her voice from cracking. You think I haven't already been destroyed? You think I'm still standing because I chose to be strong? No, I had no choice. I was never given the space to fall apart. She met his eyes. Don't feel guilty for not saving me. Just don't expect me to fall apart now so you can feel better about it. His breath catches, his heart sinking further with each word. He can see the cracks in her armor, the walls she's built around herself, and it breaks him.
I'm not trying to make myself feel better, Sky. Trust me. If anything, I'd rather carry the weight of my mistakes than see you bear it alone. You shouldn't have had to be strong like that. You shouldn't have had to face any of that by yourself.
He leaned in, and if the table hadn't been there, nothing would have stopped him from closing the distance between them.
Because you deserved someone to hold you together, to help you through the hard days. Instead, I abandoned you. And now, seeing you like this, so guarded, so used to carrying everything alone, it's killing me. Because I know I'm the reason you think you need to be this way.
He takes a slow, deliberate breath, trying to compose himself.
It's not about feeling better, Sky. It's about making things right. Or at least, trying to. Because if I don't try, I'll spend the rest of my life wondering, what if?
He hesitates, unsure if he should reach out, but his instincts override his doubts. He reaches forward, gently placing a hand on her arm, a comforting gesture, not a grasp.
Please.
The silence stretches between them, heavy with unspoken emotions. He doesn't push, sensing her internal struggle. Instead, he waits patiently. His thumb gently traces her arm, a soft, steady reminder that he's still here. When she doesn't speak, he fills the silence with a quiet, resolute statement.
It's okay.
He murmurs, his eyes locked on hers, searching for any sign of vulnerability beneath her tough exterior.
Take your time.
Skylar took a deep breath. I've been angry for so long, she admitted. Not just at you, at myself. Her eyes locked on Irvin's. A year after you left, I collapsed during work. I thought it was burnout, maybe stress, but it wasn't. It was something deeper, chronic, ongoing, the kind of illness that doesn't go away with rest or time. I kept telling myself I had to be stronger, that crying over the smallest things made me weak. Every painful memory, I just wanted to shove it all in a box and burn it. Forget it ever happened. She paused, her fingers curling slightly on the table as tears glimmered in her eyes. But they kept coming back, over and over. And every time they did, I hated myself a little more, for remembering, for feeling. Sometimes I'd look at my pills and just throw them away. Because taking them, it felt like admitting I was broken, like they were proof I wasn't enough. She looked down, blinking fast to hold back the tears. I didn't want to be reminded every day that I wasn't okay. She looked him in the eye. Do you know what it's like to wake up and not recognize yourself anymore? To smile so people stop asking questions? To ache in silence because even your pain feels like a burden?
I do know.
He answered inside his mind.
Hiding behind a smile, trying to be fine for everyone else, while feeling like you're drowning inside.
Fighting my own battles, physically, emotionally. There were days I didn't know how I'd make it. I gave up a kidney to save my best friend's mother. The pain nearly broke me, but knowing I could give someone else a second chance at life, that gave me strength too. Giving helped me survive. It reminded me I still had something to offer, even when I felt empty. His breath hitched at her words, like each one carved a piece out of him. He leaned a little closer, careful, like approaching a wounded animal. So don't feel sorry for me, for doing what I had to do. Skylar said, her voice steady. I saved myself and Ethan's mom. It was the best choice I ever made, and even if I could go back in time, I'd still make it again.
I'm sorry for not being there for you, Sky. Now I'm going to be here with you, even in the silence, even in the mess.
He feels tears prickling at the corners of his eyes, and he quickly blinks them away, his jaw clenching. He can barely contain the overwhelming urge to pull her close, to hold her tight until the ache in her words disappears.
I wish I could turn back time. Go back to when things were good, when we were happy together, and tell myself to hold on tighter. To never let you go. To be there for you, no matter what. Instead, I walked away, leaving you to face everything on your own. And now, I realize how selfish I was.
He swallowed hard, a lump rising in his throat as he fought to steady his voice.
You didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve to suffer like that. And thank you for telling me.
Tears shimmered in her eyes. Irvin, you have suffered too? Your family needs you at that time. Don't blame yourself for something you couldn't help. He shook his head firmly.
No, don't defend me. I should have fought for you, no matter the circumstances. Letting you go was my biggest mistake.
His grip was warm and certain.
I'm here now, Sky. I'm not going anywhere. You'll see me every day, from here on out.
A soft, breathy laugh escaped her lips as she looked at him. Well, guess we'll see if you're really up for the challenge. He felt a warmth spread through his chest, a sense of accomplishment. It was a glimmer of hope, a crack in her armor. He gently lifted her hand to his face and pressed a tender kiss against her knuckles. She stared for a moment, caught off guard by the sudden intimacy, before slowly meeting his gaze.
I'm going to prove it to you,
Irvin said, his voice low and full of certainty.
That I'm capable of staying, of being the one who doesn't leave this time. Even if you don't believe in us anymore, I'll keep chasing you until you have no choice but to give in, until you finally let me back in.
Skylar let out a soft laugh. Oh, wow, you really are something. You're not even giving me a choice, huh?
Nope.
He grinned, leaning closer, his voice dropping to a whisper.
No choice at all. You're mine.
She laughed again, this time louder, freer, and he joined her, both of them wrapped in the glow of the moment. They sipped their champagne, shared bites of a delicate dessert, and let the soft melodies floating through the air wrap around them like a warm embrace. Then Irvin stood, offering his hand with a slight bow and a playful smile.
Dance with me?
Skylar raised a brow but took his hand. One dance. He led her to the small dance floor under the fairy lights. As the music played, slow and sweet, he pulled her close. Their bodies moved in quiet rhythm, two people trying to find the pieces of each other again, step by gentle step. As they moved in slow rhythm beneath the soft glow of fairy lights, Skylar let out a quiet breath, her cheek brushing lightly against Irvin's shoulder. The music, the warmth, the closeness, it wrapped around her like a memory she hadn't dared to touch in years. Oh, feels like old times, she whispered, the words escaping before she could stop them. Irvin pulled back slightly, just enough to see her face. His hand gently cupped her waist as he shook his head, eyes searching hers with quiet intensity.
No.
He said, his voice low and tender.
This is the beginning of something new.
Skylar's lips parted slightly, her heart thudding at his words, and for the first time in a long time, she didn't feel the need to guard herself. Not with him, not right now. He leaned in, resting his forehead against hers.
Be my girlfriend.
Skylar's brows drew together. Wait, was that a question? Irvin smirked.
It wasn't meant to be.
She distanced herself a little. That's not how this works. You're supposed to ask me. Without missing a beat, he gently pulled her closer.
You are my girlfriend.
She wrapped her arms around him, tilting her head. Nope. Still don't trust you. Her voice was teasing, eyes glinting with mischief. Their faces hovered just inches apart. Irvin stared at her, his eyes soft, bright with something more profound. A slow smile curved on his lips. Then he leaned in and kissed her. The next day, she sat outside taking a break from her office, letting the breeze clear her mind. Irvin spotted her from a distance and walked over, a gentle smile on his face. Without saying a word at first, he sat down beside her and wrapped an arm around her shoulders, pulling her in with quiet affection.
Hey, I saw you were taking a break and thought I'd come keep you company.
She leaned into him, the tension in her shoulders easing. Just finished the last chapter, she said with a proud little smile. It's going to be published in about a month. Irvin's eyes lit up with genuine joy.
Seriously? That's amazing.
Irvin pulled Skylar into a tight embrace, excitement and pride radiating from him.
Congratulations.
He pulled back just enough to look into her eyes, which reflected the shine in his own.
A month? Wow, that's so soon. You must be thrilled.
Leaning in, his voice bubbling with enthusiasm, he asked,
Tell me more about it. What's the book about?
Skylar gave a modest shrug. Well, this book is a little unordinary. It involves time traveling. His eyebrows lifted with interest.
Time traveling, huh? That sounds fascinating. What's the plot? How does the time traveling work?
As he spoke, he gently took her hand in his eyes locked onto hers, eager to hear every detail. Skylar smirked playfully, holding back a laugh. I'm not telling you. Once it's published, you can read it like everyone else. Irvin let out a chuckle, shaking his head.
So secretive,
he murmured, but his eyes never left hers, still full of admiration.
Fine. I'll just have to wait until it's published. But I'm going to be the first one to buy it, and I'm going to read it cover to cover in one sitting.
Skylar chuckled, her gaze soft. Okay. But aren't you supposed to be busy at work today? Irvin smiled and shook his head, the corners of his eyes crinkling.
The whole crew has an hour break. My break is to come see you. Just for a little bit. I kept thinking about you.
He leaned in slightly, his voice lowering to a gentle tone.
The movie's almost over. I'm already feeling sad.
Irvin said with a soft smile.
You know what? Maybe I should turn every one of your stories into a film, just so we'll always have a reason to work together.
Skylar smirked. Well, if you're planning to steal all my stories, I hope you're ready to give me full creative control, Mr. Director. Irvin chuckled.
Well, what can I say? I need an excuse to keep you close.
Skylar leaned in and kissed him softly on the cheek,